Hey guys, welcome back to the Minifez channel. Here we have the round 1 feature match of Centurion versus Dragonlink. We have Ryan on Centurion and we have Tom on Dragonlink on the left. Ryan's on the right, Tom's on the left. And Ryan's starting here with a Primera in order to search for a Centurion card here. And he is searching for Wake Up, which does telegraph that he already has the field spell in hand. Wake Up is a great extender. He might be able to get to a turn 1 Crimson Dragon with this. He follows up by activating the field spell. It's like Tom's just double checking what it does, but the field spell is a very good card. It will pitch a card here to place a Centurion monster in the spell and trap zone. It looks like he pitched a second copy of Primera, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Okay, he places Trudea here. Trudea will now be able to activate to summon itself from the trap zone. Looks like Tom's just checking the wording on Primera here. And Trudea is now going to activate to place itself and a Centurion from deck into the spell and trap zone. So this will likely get us to Gargoyle 2, which will then be able to summon itself to be able to do some synchro plays and have follow-up with the Gargoyle. Because then he'll be able to use the Gargoyle and the Wake Up to do something later in the turn. Yep, here comes the Gargoyle. Interesting. He'll probably go for Primus here. Yep, there it is. That's Primus. One of the new tools that Centurion got recently. And a very strong tool for the deck. And he's using Gargoyle to add itself back, but Tom seems to have a bystial here. So Gargoyle will be removed from the game until it's placed back by Auxilla, because that's the only real way he can get it back from banished. He still gets to search a card off of the Primus here. And looks like he's gone for the Oath. Oath is a very good card. He'll be able to go for Atri here, and then Atri plus the Wake Up will be able to go for an 8. But even just a Wake Up here will allow him to go for a 12. There's no reason to use the Atri, I guess, except to get a draw. Okay, looks like Tom's reading a card here. Strange that they kept it face down, so we don't know what card they were actually reading, but that's interesting. Looks like he's ashing the Wake Up Engrave. Okay, that stops him sending Phalanx from deck to grave to be able to extend. But it does mean Auxilla can just search the Phalanx here and to be able to set it for interruption. Or it can just search for another field spell for follow-up. He goes for Bonds. Bonds is also follow-up, so makes sense. Looks like he's activating Oath here, probably to get the Atri. And then he'll be able to summon the Atri and get a draw, because there will be both an Emblema and Centurion card in the grave. Yep, looks like Atri resolves. And now Ryan will be able to draw a card. He's passing over for a cut. I wonder how Dragon Link will deal with this board, because most of the Dragon Link's plays reside in the extra deck, and if Ryan just goes for Cosmic Blazar or even the big Red Dragon Archfiend dude, I don't really see Dragon Link breaking this board. Looks like Ryan's setting a card. I assume it's Phalanx, but I'm not sure. Since he didn't search Phalanx, I can only assume. But it's probably Bonds, actually, because he searched Bonds. Interesting why he didn't search the Phalanx, but... because right now we only have one known interruption, which will be the synchro play with Crimson Dragon. Looks like Tom's starting with 1-for-1 pitching a second Sarania, which is a pretty good start. And Ryan chains Trudea. Looks like he's just going straight for the synchro play. Tom summons Black Metal. Now Black Metal's a lot better now with the new Metamorph cards. It adds so much to the deck. And yep, Ryan's activating the field spell to synchro. And then we know him, we love him. Here is Crimson Dragon. Yep, there it is. And I assume it's just going to target the Auxilla to be able to tag out into another level 12 synchro. The most likely options are going to be the Red Dragon Archfiend or the Cosmic Blazar. Both will be great in this position. Looks like it's Cosmic Blazar. It's a good card. Looks like Tom's thinking of how to handle this. Picking up his extra deck. I mean, the first play is probably just Striker Dragon, right? Yep, looks like he's linking. Okay, he changes his mind. Wonder what he's thinking to go for. Looks like he's going for a Link 2 here, which is kind of scary into the Blazar. Maybe he's just trying to bait the Blazar to be able to play from the hand. He summons Dark to Dark Charmer, which is a pretty good bait. Okay, it looks like the summon's successful. Now he's activating both Black Metal and the Sarania Engrave. He didn't use the Sarania earlier. I assume it was to just chain block this play so that Black Metal resolves. He sends the Lubellion to grave and he searches Red MD. I assume he's searching Red MD anyway. Yep. The only issue is we don't currently have a dragon monster. Looks like we're using Dark, but it gets Ghost Spelled here. That's kind of rough. We follow up with the third Sarania. Okay. That would give us a dragon on board if it resolves, but Tom... I still don't know how he's dealing with this Cosmic Blazar. Okay, he has the bystial anyway. It doesn't even matter. And Ryan still not used his Cosmic Blazer. It looks like Tom's just setting one card. And he just passes back. That's not enough. Yeah, Ryan just activates the Primera in the Spell and Trap Zone. Summons Primera, activates Primera. He just searches. Yep, Tom's seen enough. There's just no way to deal with that Cosmic Blazer. And like 3 to 4 hand traps. Like that's the positive of Centurion. It can just fit in so much non-engine into the deck that it can just choke out the other decks. And another like strong quality of Centurion is that it can just eat the most degenerate hand traps in the game right now. Like Fueros, if you get Fuelos, you can just make Auxilla, give them one draw, and still set up the combo for their turn. If you get Peruliad, you're just giving them one draw off of the initial normal summon. Shifter doesn't matter anymore because Auxilla places from Banished. Droll, they don't even search that much. Like, yeah, like Centurion's great right now because it can just beat all the degenerate hand traps right now. So, however, Impulse is still very strong into the Centurion deck because it can just choke off the plays on your turn. So if you see a combination of like a Molchami plus an Impulse, that's pretty much game determinative. However, Dragon Link is certainly not a deck that can play Impulse. It plays a lot of light monsters in there. And a lot of them are vital to the combo. Like Lubellion, White Dragon, Erratic Seals. Okay, looks like the decks are being presented here. And we will shortly be moving on to game 2 here. Cutting each other's decks. And we will see Dragon Link go first here. And we'll be able to see what it can do with its new tools from the recent set. Looks like we're starting with Black Metal Dragon. That's one of the best openers of the deck. Going straight into Striker Dragon, triggering the Black Metal Dragon. This will allow him to presumably search for the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. And then he will be able to use that card to bring back the Black Metal in order to search for the Full Metal Dragon, which is a very cool card from the recent Rise of the Abyss, Rage of the Abyss, I don't remember what it's called, but the most recent set. Yep. Oh, actually, he's going for Full Metal Dragon here. I assume he's got the Black Metal. Oh, no. Look, okay, looks like he's changed his mind. He's going for the Darkness Metal Dragon. Okay, that's what I expected. Okay, he's going straight away, banishing the Striker Dragon for the Darkness Metal. And uses the effect, which is met with a Ghost Bell. We saw he was on this game 1, and looks like he's setting 3 cards and passes back. That's a lot of back row. Okay. Looks like we're starting with Field Spell again. And we're using the Field Spell, pitching a Nibiru. And Tom responds with a Cosmic Cyclone. That is very big. Does Ryan have the follow-up cards? That shuts off a lot of his turn. So he needs a really good hand to play here. Oh, looks like he passed it back. I didn't even realize. He goes red MD effect, but that's met with an effect veiler. Looks like he's activating that. I thought that was a bystial, but it looks like it's the level 8 dragon, which banishes a fusion to summon itself, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's banishing Borrowload Furious in order to summon this dragon. I don't remember what it's called. It's part of the new Lightness and Darkness dragons. I don't remember the new names, but it's part of the retrains. Pretty sure, anyway. Looks like he's attacking with both monsters. That's a lot of damage. I assume... But he banished the Furious, so there's not really anything he can make with this effect. Maybe he's just going to make seals? Looks like he opts to keep the big monsters around, because that does threaten lethal next turn. If Ryan has nothing... Yep, he scoops. And we're going to a game 3. Looks like he only had non-engine. Okay. Interesting. I mean, that does happen with Centurion. Like, you can just draw one push because you play just so much non-engine that you may just not see enough engine to beat your opponent's non-engine. That can happen. Like, sometimes you play through 4 hand traps, sometimes you play through 0. And we're siding here for the game 3, the all-important game 3. Centurion going first is going to be rough for Dragon Link to handle. As we saw game 1, that Cosmic Blazor didn't even need to use its effect. The non-engine was enough to stop his turn. The Cosmic Blazor was just chilling back there. So we'll need to draw really good to beat the board. Tom's deciding on what non-engine can beat this board here. He looks like he's going deep into a side deck. But so is Ryan. Looks like he's sided in a lot of cards here. This will be interesting to see how it unfolds. Can Dragon Link overpower Centurion? One of the top tier meta threats right now. Looks like the duelists have finished their side deck choices and are now shuffling up for the game 3. Okay. Now we proceed to the game 3. Let's see what happens here. Ryan starts his turn with the field spell again. I mean, that's one of the best cards to start with. Pitches the Phalanx. Interesting. That does mean that he's not going to end with Phalanx set on the field. However, he can use Phalanx's Grave effect to extend later. He places Primera here. So I assume he's using the effect. Yep. And then he'll be able to search for Trudea if he doesn't already have it. Yep. There's the Trudea. And now I assume he's going to normal summon Trudea. Yep. That's going to activate the effect to place itself and one from deck. Here is Gargoyle. And I assume we're just using the Gargoyle straight away here. Making it a level 4 depending on the hand. And we go into Primus, I assume. Yep, that's Primus. And they use Gargoyle as Chainlink 2 to add itself back. Looks like there's no bystial this time. Tom's not really looking at his hand. I don't think he really has that many hand traps, which is kind of scary for him. Okay, he's picked up his hand here. Maybe there is something after all. Okay. Ryan is activating Ophir to place one from deck. He places the Atri. That will allow him to get a draw. Yep, he's using the Atri to summon itself, and he can now get the draw. As there's both an Emblema and a Centurion card engraved. And we know he has Phalanx engraved. Yeah. Looks like he's using Primera and the Atri to summon the Auxilia. And Auxilia will activate as a vector search here. I assume he's going for Wake Up. Yep. Now he will be able to go for a level 12 on his own turn here if he wants. But that does play into Nibiru if he does. Looks like he is going for it. Here is a token. And he can use the Trap Engrave to bring back the Primus. Okay. Looks like we are going for the Crimson Dragon here. Yep. Now this will allow him to tag out into either the Cosmic Blazar. I mean, yeah, it is just the Cosmic Blazar here, if he does go for it. Yep. Ooh, that's a big Nibiru. That's kind of rough for Ryan. Yeah, that's gonna get rid of his board. Looks like Ryan's checking to see if he has anything engraved. This is bad. He's already gone through all his extenders. Okay, he can still use Primus here to bring itself back, since the Auxilia left the field by a card effect. But what can he even do here? I'm pretty sure he still has Gargoyle in hand, but it can't make itself a level 4 from the hand, so he's just going to have 2 8s on board. And unless there's a level 16 Synchro, there's not really much he can do. Oh, maybe he's on Ultimaya Zolkin. Nah. Yeah. Maybe it was greedy going for the Crimson Dragon play. Looks like they're just checking with the judge to see if the Primus can activate here, but yes, it can activate. And we do see Primus hit the board here, but there's not really anything he can do here. He's activating Gargoyle and is sending Trudea. That's like the only follow-up you have. You've lost everything. Is there like a play? Maybe can make SP and banish Nib.
I mean, I could if they were generic enough.
He picks up his extra deck.
That as well, but you know.
He can't even go for SP because he's locked. Yeah, this is just bad. He's lost his follow-up. He has 2 8s that don't do anything, and he just passes back. Will we see Dragonlink defeat Centurion here? And here comes Black Metal. That's the best starter in the deck. Striker Dragon, trigger the Black Metal. Search for the red MD. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Dragonlink might be in it to win it. Summon the Darkness Metal effect. It gets met with the Veiler. Okay. If he has a bystial, he can just attack over everything. Other than the token. The token is pretty big here. Okay. He looks like he's linking off his 2 monsters. He's checking his grave. I think he might be going for a dark play again. Auxilla is a dark, so he could bring back Auxilla. And it's a dragon. Okay, Ryan has the second Veiler. Okay. Tom activates the Druisworm. That's a pretty good card. But he can't really clear his board anymore. I mean, you know he's already exhausted most of his cards. It might have been just better to attack first and then try the combo. Because he could attack over the synchro and then go for this play here and be able to clear all the monsters. But now he's only going to be able to clear 2 monsters, which could be rough. Because Ryan can just attack over the SP next turn with any of the monsters that Tom decides can stick around. I mean, I guess the question is, do you banish? You get rid of the good monsters here, right? Okay. Seems like he gets rid of the token. I mean, the token is very big, to be fair, so it's understandable to be scared of that. Ryan draws for turn. What can he do to combo here? He cannot activate the field spell. Since it can only activate on the turn it is activated. He banishes Wake Up to send one from deck. But he's already used Phalanx in the first turn, so this isn't gonna really do anything. I think he's just realized now. He's just looking at what he can send that does anything, but looks like he's sending bonds here. Okay, but yeah, that accomplishes nothing basically. His only play might just be his turn to attack and swing.
Time to go battle for this.
Looks like that's what we're going to see. Yeah. Interesting that Tom didn't chain SP to banish the synchro. Because at least that keeps the SP around. Like if he chains to the wake up's grave effect. Because if he can combo, it's pretty much game over either way. Especially if he has the primers around. Looks like he's drawn something. He's thinking whether to use it. We are in a very simple game state here. Okay. That's one of the best starters. It's gone for the safer effect here. But Ryan does play a lot of non-engine, so I think it would be wise to respect Nibiru, especially against Centurion. He grabs the white dragon here. Here come... Oh, Chaos Space. That's amazing. That's a great draw. This will get him access to his bystial engine. Yep, there's Lubellion. Can we find lethal in under 5 summons? Here goes Lubellion. Ryan is still at 8k. We're searching Druis instead of Magnamut here. Magnamut is the safer option, I feel. It just gives you follow-up. I mean, maybe Druis is needed to kill through under 5 summons. Here comes Lub. And Druis is going to send Primus. Let's see what Ryan does here. He chains Morna. Okay. That will stop Tom getting to his regained, which is one of the best tools Dragon Link has for the grind game. Looks like Tom's using Chaos Space here to put back Striker Dragon to get a draw. Okay, looks like he's using White Dragon in order to summon itself by banishing a dark. He's just deciding which dark. It looks like it is dark, the Dark Charmer. It's not doing much in grave anyway. Here comes the Striker Dragon we just put back. And we're triggering White Dragon to search for Black Dragon. Looks like Ryan's checking his grave. He's probably checking to see if he has any follow-up. That's pretty good telegraph for a Nibiru. Or Bystials, I guess. Here comes the Black Dragon. Looks like Ryan's thinking. And there it is. There's the Nibiru. And we've pretty much used all our resources into this push. Yeah. Like, This is exactly why I think Magnum would have been the safer pick. That token is very big. And that card in hand is just a draw off of the Chaos Space. Looks like he's just setting it and passing back. Can Ryan combo? This is a very simple game state. Looks like we're just Nibiruing each other and passing. That is Baldrake on his monster. Okay. Does this get to anything? Maybe if we have a Dark Charmer, we can go Dark. Link climb into something. The token's too big to attack right now, so it might be Dark to make SP and put him on no cards. But one of those back rows surely is an imperm. But like, this board doesn't do anything, so you have to go for it. At worst, if he attacks over Dark, you can search for Trudea. I guess this is all if he has Dark, realistically. He might not even be playing it. What is that's a normal summon of Ghost Bell? I don't know what that accomplishes. I don't think there's a level 9 Synchro in the deck. Or a level 14 one. He's going for a link play, keeping the nib. He makes IP. Okay, interesting. I guess this is to SP on his turn. I don't know what the point was not just going directly for SP here. Oh, and that's why we should have gone for the SP there. There's Ultimate Slayer. And now we just lose. We're in such a bad position here. If he's top decked anything remotely playable, we just die. Oh, and I think we still have Safer and Lubellion. Oh no, Lubellion's banished actually. Well, okay. We're still in the game. It's token beatdown. This is some true caveman Yu-Gi-Oh out here. Token kills Nibiru and he passes back. What's the top deck? Is it good enough? It's a back row. I don't think there's any back row that saves him here. Just swing. That should be. Oh, okay. The token's not quite as big as I thought then. Okay, he draws for turn.
It was a good game.
Did he draw? It was the third Nibiru. Unfortunately, that will not cut it. But that was a great match. It's very fun. I'll catch you in the next one.